So Checkpoint today is about proper protesting. So many of us are being geared up, and we want to keep this momentum going, find different times, ways to protest, not just from now, but from here on out. What we don't want is so right now the police are being very, 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 very lenient. Okay. Police are being very lenient on enforcing protesting because of the sensitivity of the times. But like anything else, the sensitivity will wear off and they'll have to enforce laws. What's going to happen is they're going to enforce laws. Somebody's going to be on their live talking about something. Look at this. The police is making me move. Yeah. So let me equip you what you need for that not to happen. It is our constitutional right to peaceably assemble. You have a constitutional right to peaceably assemble and protest. We have a constitutional right to gather up 400 people and assemble and go protest somewhere. That is just how it's written in the Constitution. The courts come in and they interpret what the Constitution means by that. How is it to be practically applied? And the ways that it's practically applied is through because it's also illegal to impede traffic on the sidewalk. It's also illegal to impede traffic on the street. Okay, so they want you to move. That's an easy charge right there. Now you ain't got to worry about you no more. And when things calm down, that's exactly what they'll start doing again. So how do I peaceably protest? First thing you want to do is find your municipal government, your municipal police department, your local police department, or your local city hall. You want to get a permit. It would be better for you if you're tied to an organization. That way you can have a meeting. Everybody's kind of, keep the same culture and all of that. You have meetings before the protest with the people who you're going to be protesting with, even if other people aren't there, but at least the leadership. You want to put out things like, we're all going to be dressed this way. We're all going to be carrying signs. This is off limits. We'll do this. We're not doing that.
Unison.
Right. And then after you get your permit, it would also behoove you. Many cities will require that you pay for officers. Sometimes, depending on the size of the gathering. But sometimes you want to do that to protect your protest, especially if you're protesting a sensitive issue. Because what's going to happen is people are going to find out you're protesting, and then they're going to come counter protest, which happens a lot. That's where we see these clashes. Yeah. And see what and where I'm speaking from is we see the proverbial picture floating on social media all the time. You see the white guys with the Confederate flags and the guns storming City Hall, and the police are just standing there at attention. And then you see the picture of black people protesting, and there's tear gas, there's arguing, there's fighting, there's people under arrest, and all that other stuff. Let me explain how that happens. Those same people that are yelling at the police, "You're not going to take my guns," blah, blah, blah. A week before that, 2 weeks before that, they met with the supervisors of the police department. They said, "Hey, look, the Sons of Liberty, whoever organization, we're going to come out here. We're going to do a protest. We're going to get a permit. We're going to show up at 2 o'clock. By 4 o'clock, we're going. We're going to be all dressed in black, white, and red. We're going to have about this amount of people. We're going to hire officers. We're going to be roped off here. Anybody who's not with us, they go over there, and that's your problems. People, folks with us, they're not going to do this, not going to do that. We have specific rules. We're going to stay. What's the designated area? Okay, we're going to be in that area. We'll have one person who'll be designated to be with your supervisor at all times to kind of tell us whatever we need to do, especially if things go awry. 2 o'clock we show up, 4 o'clock we're going. This is what we do. Anybody who does this at the 3rd, arrest them, get them out here, do what you got to do, but they ain't with us. If they are with us and they act up, they're not with us the minute that they act up. We out. That's why those protests go peacefully. So even when they're yelling in their face, "You're not going to take my guns. I want to be back out of Corona." What's happening is, and then there's somebody that's sitting with the supervisor. Somebody said, "Hey, we need them to back up 5 feet." And somebody, what? They need us to back up? Let me back up. "You're not going to take my guns," and right back to it. 4 o'clock, they out. So that's why those protests turn out differently often. How do I know? I've been on both sides. I've been the organizer or part of the organization committee. And I've been on the police side where they come and meet with us to do it. So they're going to start kicking that stuff in to get us up off the streets when that happens. So follow. If you have an organization, local organization like an NAACP or something that's active, get with them. They have people, or if it's not an NAACP, whatever local organizations that typically do protests, they will know the procedure like the back of their hand. Or they'll have somebody on their executive board that will know it. Get with them so you can know the proper process and you can get your message, sir. You can get all your camera working and get all the video footage you need to get your message out to the world without, things going down.
Truth. No chaser.